All right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am James Oliver Jr., managing partner of Kabila Ventures, a new venture firm coming soon, CEO of Kabila, which connects overlooked founders to capital, customers, and co-founders. I'm husband to an amazing wife, co-founder of the world's cutest twins. Tell us where you're coming in from in the comments, please. We want to know where you're coming in from. Please share this on your social media channels. We're streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn Live, YouTube. If you're watching on any of those channels, please tag some friends, just share it out. This is an important conversation, and we want to help, spread the word. What else? As we get into this, please drop your questions in the comments, and we will do our best to get to all of them like we always do. Let's see. What am I excited about right now? I am excited about, it seems like I'm always excited about this because it's just so important. I'm excited that we started the Kabila Founder Mental Health Fund a few months ago to provide free mental therapy for founders. So far, we paid for mental therapy for 20 founders, and we're partnering with Techstars to help provide therapy for 5 Techstars founders every month. Which I'm excited about that because I'm a Techstars alum, if you don't know that about me. Currently raising $80,000 to provide more free mental therapy to another 150 founders. So working on that right now. Super excited about that. I'll show you how you can become a donor if you want to support that initiative. Let's see. We know, so the 2 most important things for early stage founders are what? Capital and customers, right? So I'm addressing the capital piece with the imminent launch of my new venture firm, Kabila Ventures. And, we're intentional about bringing founders to you so you can learn who they are, what they're building, and why they're building it. And the goal is to connect you to them and become a customer, if it makes sense to do so, and for you to share this with your followers on LinkedIn. To increase, in case any of your followers, that is, want to become customers too. And today, we got a special treat for you. A good friend of mine, Kimberly Evans, the founder of Just Her Rideshare. What's up, Kimberly? What's going on?
Welcome. Hey, James. It's so good to be with you today. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, of course, of course. Again, y'all, if you're out there, drop in the comments. Let us know where you're coming in from, and drop your questions in the comments. So what's going on? You doing all right over there?
I'm doing okay. It's busy, busy, busy always.
Yeah.
Yes. But let me just say before we get started, thank you so much for having me, for allowing me to share your platform. You are my friend, my brother, my fellow founder, comrade, and I am a benefactor of all the work that you do. And so I just want you to know publicly that I am grateful for you and for all that you have done and how you've been rocking with Just Her for a really long time. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. I think you reposted on LinkedIn something advocating for the mental therapy stuff. Is that right, or am I making that up?
No, for sure. I have been in a little bit of founders therapy over the years, but just recently, again, I'm a benefactor of this amazing mental health program that you are providing to founders, and it has made all the difference in the world to me. I mean, founders, entrepreneurship is really, really hard, and mental health, a lot of times we sort of push that to the side and we're always grinding. But this has helped me navigate through some very difficult challenges over the last several months. So thanks again.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure. And I'm thankful for you to publicly admit that you got one of those mental therapy grants and you're using it, and it's helpful because everybody knows that 70% of founders are dealing with mental health issues. But what I found is, they're really shy about raising their hand and getting help, even when it's offered to them for free. I feel like there's still a lot of stigma around it. And we need to normalize these conversations, and founders and investors need to know that it's okay to do that. So thank you for saying that publicly. I appreciate you for doing that. So tell everybody, what is Just Her Rideshare?
So Just Her Rideshare is a women-centric rideshare company where we focus on, prioritizing women's safety, their comfort, and we are empowering them to have options to choose, how they want to experience riding with others in the shared economy space. But we are more than just a ride to the airport or more than just a rideshare. We are a community, a trusted network of women taking care of each other, whether that is a marginalized community, you're in a transportation desert, or someone impacted by social issues as well. We are solving transportation problems, and there are so many on a global scale that most people would never even imagine. Just the impact of quality of life when there is limited mobility, limited transportation.
So what inspired you to start it?
Well, actually, it was a business opportunity. So, most people know what they want to do at 12, or they wake up one day and say, hey, I want to be a doctor, lawyer. I was called to this, but it was a business opportunity at first. And then it resonated with me because I was my own customer. I mean, I grew up with this strong sense of stranger danger and had some tragic things that happened in my early 20s. I lost a dear friend to a tragic event, and that also added more me being more vulnerable. And so when I heard about it, I was like, I'm my own customer. I wanted to know if there were other women out there who felt the same. And during our discovery phases, we found countless stories of women reporting uncomfortable encounters, serious sexual crimes, and even murder. So I knew I had to pursue this. As a mom, entrepreneur, and advocate of women, I felt this call to sort of create this space where women could at least have the option and they felt protected and empowered. So,
So good, and entrepreneurs solve problems they see. So I think that aligns with that. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I just had a couple questions for you. So what were some of the biggest challenges you had launching Just Her Rideshare, and how did you overcome them?
yeah, there are many challenges. There are many challenges to entrepreneurship altogether. I'm a fourth generation entrepreneur. I've been a small business owner for over 3 decades, so this wasn't new to me. But I knew going into an industry as a new entrant into a market that was dominated by giants, the biggest challenges we faced were building trust and sort of establishing our own presence in this market.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's no secret that access to capital as a Black woman founder has been the biggest challenge. But we overcame some of these challenges through clarity, like just being very persistent and then building community. We leaned into sort of these grassroots efforts. We validated our model. We did like hundreds of interviews, tons of customer discovery, and we built this brand through partnerships, focusing on safety and also having a clear value proposition that started to resonate with women. So that's how we were kind of able to overcome those challenges, where it's kind of like the David and the Goliath. You find the weak spots of Goliath, you don't take him on head on, and you
Hmm.
start to build great brands and consistency and persistence around that. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. So we got who's that coming in here? I think I just flashed it up on the screen. Farrah Brown. Hey, Farrah, welcome. Where you coming in from? And let us know. And if you have any questions for us, please drop them in the comments, and we'll do our best to get to those for you. Let's see what else. So what have been some of the most rewarding moments or stories that you can share?
There have been many. I get up every day because I hear these stories. If it was just about the hard work, about the grind, about the lack of funding, I would stay in bed. But hearing from the women, seriously, like this is no small feat, right?
Oh my
But
God,
hearing,
Herculean.
I know, right? Like, but hearing women talk to us about feeling safe and being able to feel comfortable, sometimes it's not always about safety, like they think something is going to happen to them physically, but sometimes it's just I feel better with my peers. So it's more comfortable. And that sort of gives me, why I get up and hearing moms, talk about, I've got to put my 17-year-old, 18-year-old college student in the back of a vehicle with an unfamiliar man. One driver, really quickly, I'll tell you the story because it recently it impacted me and fueled me even more. There's a customer, Yamiko, that we pick up. We've been picking up for quite some time. She's had a tragic life, some terrible experiences that most people don't even survive. And she's also had some bad experiences with other rideshare companies, and we know who they are. But I had a
Mhm.
conversation with her because I found out from one of our drivers who crossed platforms. So she picked her up on another platform, and she said, oh my God, I'm so glad that you're a woman driver. And she told her, my driver said, did you know that there is a woman owned rideshare right in Charlotte? She was like, oh my God, I didn't know, it's an answered prayer. And she told me that she literally cried. Well, when I had a conversation with her, I found out once we started peeling it back, not only was she, when she would call another ride share, she would cancel the ride and continued to cancel the ride and cancel until she got a woman driver. What I
Mm.
didn't know is that sometimes after working a full day, she would be canceling up to 2.5 hours to
Oh
get a
my
woman
God.
driver.
Oh my
So
God.
when I heard that, and I knew that it mattered to her that we were solving problems for her, that
Wow.
kind of stuff fuels me. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. If we do it for her, there are others out there like her, and this is why I get up every day, because I know it matters.
That's so good. And just going back to something you said before about, overcoming obstacles and stuff, and
Yeah.
how much time you spend talking to customers. That's really great that you spend time talking to customers and that you're actually optimizing the product and the platform for your customers and not for, investors.
Yes.
So I love to hear that. I love to see that. And I think Farah said she was coming in from Virginia.
Yeah.
You
I
joining in
just
the building?
recently met Farah.
Oh,
She's building a transportation company herself. And I talk to people all the time about the good, the bad, the ugly. And so we had a conversation this week. Anything I can do to support other people in this industry, I always do. So I
so
just
good.
recently met her. Yeah.
Amazing. Well, she got the comments lit up here. We appreciate you, Farah. Thanks for hanging out with us, and keep the comments coming. If you have any questions, let us know. And keep the emojis coming. We appreciate that too. So what do you say to people who say things like, why does this need to exist? We already have Uber and Lyft. I'm sure you
Oh,
get that a
wow.
lot, right?
Oh wow, that's a loaded question. Listen, Uber and Lyft, they serve everyone. It's no secret that they are disruptors. They are giants. They've been able to do phenomenal things that we never even imagined. But Juster is built for women by women, and with the focus, on safety and our empowerment, and also building community. When 95%, we did a lot of customer discovery, a lot of interviews, and when 95% of the women say that they felt unsafe in other rideshare companies, you can't ignore that. Every woman deserves the right to move throughout the world safely, confidently, and with community, and that's what we stand on. And she should have the right to choose how she wants to experience riding with others. So yeah, it is needed, and we see it every day. Women who are impacted by social issues, transportation. We're solving transportation problems for women who not only just want to ride, but they want to feel good when they're during that ride. So yeah, we say we're very necessary.
Yeah. I always wonder, why wouldn't they just make it an option for people to request a women driver? Like, clearly they're not going to do it, because if they were going to, they would have done that a long time ago, right? Like, I don't know if you
Well,
could
they
talk about
did.
that publicly or not, but they
No, no,
did.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
They have Lyft has Woman Plus Connect. They launched after we did. It's really great for them to follow us. I love that $1 billion company
Yeah.
actually following. I think it's great. Listen, it also gave us market validation that this is needed.
Yeah.
Listen, when you're doing, I think Uber's report is coming out in a couple of weeks. I read somewhere just recently that they will hit 67 billion rides globally. When you're doing massive rides on that scale, you lose focus and touch of real lived experiences. So it may not be a big enough issue for them. Yes, they talk safety, but we have to walk it. We have to live it out. And so if
Mhm.
you are focused on the masses, it's very hard to impact people on this level. So
Mhm.
maybe perhaps they don't see a need for it, but we've got that
Yeah,
covered. They don't have to worry about
but
it.
that's crazy though, because
Yeah.
women are the masses. That's 50% of the population.
Absolutely, 1000%. And also, I believe that there have been so many class action lawsuits and things like that. This is public knowledge. And I'm not quoting any data, but it's out there that for you to have that many class actions, it says that there is a problem. And if
Right.
you own to that, it could impact your brand. You would have to own that we have to fix this. So,
Mm.
again, we're here to do what they don't do, and
Right.
that's why we're special,
Yeah. Well,
right?
I hope this gets back to some Uber and Lyft people. I really, if
I'm
you know some,
sure.
if you know some Uber and Lyft people you're watching, like, please tag them. Um,
Yes, yes.
yes. So what do you say to investors? Because I know you're fundraising. What do you say to investors who say things like, this can't scale?
I say to investors, with no funding, you're absolutely right. You are so right.
But with funding, what do you say to
Listen,
that? Yeah.
listen. Niche, we're a niche market. Niche doesn't mean small. It just means focused,
Well,
right?
50% of the market is women, so I don't
I
think that's
was
small.
just going to say that women make up of more than half of the population, and we control, what is it, like 85% of household spending.
Mhm,
So Juster taps into a deep, sort of underserved market, right? So
mhm,
just think of like Zoho versus Salesforce or Glossier versus Sephora. Listen, we're proof that specialized platforms do scale, but what the difference is that you have to understand who your audience is. See, we're not on the trajectory as the Ubers and Lyft. We're very specific about our audience and what we're doing. So I think that's what makes the difference.
Okay. All right, right on. So you're also running a WeFunder community round. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yes, yes. I'm so excited to talk about the WeFunder. I'm excited for people to become owners and not just users. So really quick, going back just a moment, when you talked about sort of this community, we focus on more of a community mobility company because we're very mission driven, right? So when we were considering launching our next three markets, we went into like the DC area, Northern Virginia, and Nashville. We pull community people together in that area and we ask them, what would it be like for us to launch your company, our company in your city? We've had a very diverse background, from bankers to lawyers to educators to the chamber to police, and we had a real conversation with them. We walked away from that, putting together a report that said to them, it is the community that's going to help us get to where we need to get. And I recently was on a podcast and she was like, I cannot believe that you as an entrepreneur, as a founder, would take that time and spend the time to build this around community. I said, listen, I'm not typically the ones that get the big checks to go figure out what's working and what's not.
Mhm.
So we have to do whatever we have to do. And we found that the community is a way that will help us get to where we need to get to. So our WeFunder campaign, it allows just everyday people, and especially women, to invest in something that's built for them. So it's not, just about raising the money on the campaign, but it's about a movement. It's about ownership, and also it's about shared success and lived experiences as well.
Okay, so I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I grabbed a clip from your WeFunder video. I just wanted to play that really quickly.
Every
Okay.
day, millions of women get into ride shares, many of them with a feeling of unease. What if getting into a ride share meant no fear, less anxiousness, and less discomfort? My name is Kimberly Evans, and I am the founder and CEO of Just Her Rideshare. We are a women-centric rideshare company prioritizing women's safety, comfort, and empowerment. Did you know that over 40% of women have had to report uncomfortable encounters, including serious sexual crimes, and yes, even murder? 53% of women polled said that they feared sexual assault and often avoid ride sharing due to these safety concerns. Well, at Just Her Rideshare, we believe that every woman deserves the right to move throughout the world safely, confidently, and with community.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, James. That's a treat. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. I thought you might like that. You had a big smile on your face while that thing was playing in the background.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
look, so a lot of people are like, oh, you can't do things and make it a commercial for the founders. And I'm like, I disagree.
Yeah.
You got to give people a platform, and you have to give people a chance to talk about why they're doing what they're doing and why it matters, and give them a chance to connect with their potential customers and potential investors, in this case for the WeFunder. So people can get involved with the WeFunder here, right? So what are the investment minimums for the WeFunder? And go ahead.
So the WeFunder page, and I know you have it scrolling across the bottom. Again, it's our way to get everyday people involved. One of the things that I started out when I was looking at my network, and it takes a lot of work, no matter how you're raising capital, whether it's through venture funding, angels, family offices, campaigns, crowdfunding campaigns. It's a lot of hard work. But one of the things that I started focusing on, I said, listen, if there were only 500 people that invested as little as $100, we would meet our first goal. Listen, we built a company for women by women. We cannot do it without women. But I will tell you this, in terms of investment dollars, and this is something I'm on a mission to change, is that we have a little more support from men investors than we do women investors. Listen, ladies, we've got to change that. Now, the women are our customers and they support us in other ways, but we need to get those women who have access to funding, even if it's just $100, even if you don't use ride sharing, the community that we're building, the transportation problems that we are solving, it deserves that for another woman like Yumiko, our customer. You don't have to be a millionaire to back, to be a backer on the wefunder campaign. And every dollar helps us grow and serve women. Listen, we want to take this thing across the country, but we can't do it without the support of women. So we're encouraging everyone. I know you think $100 may not go a long way, but I promise you, if we had 500 of you that only gave $100 investment, we would meet our first goal. So
So your goal is 50K. You already have 21,000 committed, which is great. So you don't have much further to go. You're about halfway almost. Yes. So yeah, like I would love to see the women out there watching this. I know I'm connected to a lot of women who support and are passionate about women entrepreneurs. Like, here's your opportunity. Like, go make $100 investment pledge to the wefunder for Just Her, just wefunder.com and Just Her rideshare. Go make a pledge. So this is how that's how you can get involved. So additional question for you. And, lots of founders think they want to do a community round like a wefunder. I tried it before. I had to shut it down. We could get into that in a second because it's really, really hard. But what advice do you have for them?
Yes. So I want to back up just a couple of minutes and just also say to the people, in particular, those people who I am connected to in my network, those people who don't know us, we've had customers and drivers invest. I've crowdfunded before. I went to Paris in 2023 to work with a dynamic group of women in mobility on the Paris 24 Olympics so that we could present to LA County how to handle our 28 Olympics. I crowdfunded for that and I pulled from my community and they were so amazing. And that was a donation. Sometimes now that I'm reaching out to people, they feel like this is a donation. And I want to be very clear that this is not a donation. Thank you for what you have done in the past, but this is a way for you to be connected and invested in what we're building. So I want to make that differentiation, okay? Because people are like, oh, sis, yeah, I'll send you a donation. And I'm like, no, it's not a donation. It's an actual investment.
Yeah, exactly.
So we did this because we know that community rounds can be very powerful. It can be a powerful alternative to the lack of traditional VC funding. We also, when we came out of DC, what we found that a lot of people were impacted by the new administration rules and regulations coming, in particular around government contracting. We know a lot of people in the DC area have built dynasties around government contracting, but they were very cautious. And these were investors that were saying, well, I can't give you a $50,000 check, but I can certainly invest in your wefunder campaign. And this is why we started it, because we wanted everyday people to get involved. It can be powerful. These rounds are, but not just about raising capital. They're about building movements. They're about connecting with people who believe in your mission, right? I always tell people, if you're going to start this, because we've done one on other platforms, a very small, non-dilutive, but we started this, but you have to know your why. Why are you doing it? Are you trying to just raise money just for the sake of, or are you trying to meet some important milestones? You got to be very transparent, show your traction, speak from your heart. All of those things will matter. Investors want to feel included and informed as well. So a lot of times they will become your biggest advocate. So it's a great thing to do, but it takes a lot of work. It's not easy. I'm barely through my personal and professional network. So it takes a lot of work, James. Don't be fooled by that,
Oh, no, I know. And you need to make sure you have a community, as Kimberly keeps saying, that will support your wefunder. So, it makes perfect sense if she's building community around women. The product is for women. Find those people who feel passionately about the need for the product and connect with them and get them to invest. So I think that's a super, super, super smart approach. And I can see why you have 21,000 already committed. And I know we were talking before we came on, you got some other big things about to come online. And I'm confident, this time probably by the end of the month, you will have, blown through your 50K goal. And I'm just asking again, if you, first of all, believe in the problem that Kim is solving. And if you're a woman, who believes in women founders, or if you're just not a woman, but you believe in women founders and you have the capacity, like, please go wefunder.com, just her rideshare, and commit to put in at least $100 and then tag some friends who you think are like-minded. Share this on your LinkedIn page. Like, there's no reason. I mean, I'm connected to so many women and so many people who care about women founders. There's no reason that at the end of this replay, when we share it again a couple times, that we shouldn't be able to get you to your goal. There's just no reason at all in my mind.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And listen, I always say, as an investment, people can put their money wherever they want. People invest in things that they're passionate about, that they connect with. But again, that's why our message is not just a ride share. We're not just an Uber or Lyft. Yes, our technology does the very same thing, but our goal, our mission is so much bigger. Listen, we are moving people where it would take a 13-minute ride share for a young woman who's in school, who's in college, to go 2.5 hours on a city bus. Listen, we're impacting lives around transportation. And so we're more than just that. We're solving those problems. A gentleman said to me, and it really hit me, and it made me think, have one of those moments like, okay, and for a moment I thought, okay, what am I doing wrong? I built this company for women, by women. Am I missing something? He said to me, and he stood up at our focus group in DC, and he said, there is no reason why every woman on the planet should not be supporting you. And that hit me like a ton of bricks.
That's kind of what I was just saying. I didn't say every woman, but yeah, I want to see less talk about it and more be about it. Like, I'm calling out the women who are watching this, and listen, if you have the capacity, right, like, support this. Like, we need for this to exist. We need for Kim to be successful. Please put your money where your mouth is and just go commit at least $100 to the WeFund. And I'll put the WeFunder address up there again, wefunder.com, just her rideshare. Please go support it. And in terms of how people can get in touch with you, Kimberly, if they have questions, Kimberly at justherrideshare.com. They can find you there. They can connect with you on LinkedIn, linkedin.com, just her ride. That's your personal page?
That is my personal page, because I'm not that tech savvy. So we have a business page as Just Her Rideshare, but most everything comes through my personal page.
I totally get that.
Yeah. I am
more action on my personal page on LinkedIn. So you can connect with Kimberly there.
Yeah.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. We appreciate y'all so much. Let's support and invest in Just Her Rideshare. And again, if you believe in supporting founder mental wellness, support my nonprofit, a tax-deductible donation, become a donor. Go to go.joinkabila.com/therapy. We're in the process of raising $80,000 so we can provide free mental therapy for an additional 150 founders. Because, founders are struggling, man, and we need the support. We need the mental therapy support. So that's us for this week. We appreciate. Hang on, Kim. I'm going to roll us out of here, and then just hang on. I'll see you in the.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, of course. We'll pull you down here. Thanks, everybody, and we'll catch you next time.